What is up, Halo fans? What you're looking at is my Halo 3 Master Chief model, finally all printed and put together. I'm glad I found this AR file. It came out really, really nice. I'm actually going to use it for another project or anytime I need a Halo 3 AR, like for his back or other things. I want to just say, yeah, there's a lot of support still on him and stuff. He's just put together. He's not sanded or anything like that. I have to say, I'm a little disappointed in some of it. There's something wrong with the mask. I think that was my fault before I exported it. Sometimes when you do certain things for printing, if you don't look at the results, sometimes that shit happens because the file is not like that. It doesn't matter. I didn't even notice, which is really shitty, but normally I see that kind of stuff ahead of time. So anyway, just to explain, like the helmet is bad. It's really a nice file. I mean, whoever made that, which wasn't me, did a really, really good job, as well as the rest of it, because they're from different places. This has a couple elements in it. I actually was originally using cosplay armor, but what happened is I realized that the hand armor on this model was actually way more accurate than the hand armor on that armor, which is shocking because they're like the best modelers to me. And it's not a big deal. Like, it's not anything more than, we all find stuff, out there when we're looking for things. If you're a modeler, you definitely look around at certain stuff. But so I ended up just going with it. There's a little more smoothing that's going to be done to the armor. I just wanted to some of it can't be smoothed because if you do it just messes up the file. And the positive of not doing it actually outweighs the negative of doing it. I guess that's what I'm saying. So I was just like, you know what, I don't have time for that right now. I wanted to just get it printed and check the cuts that I made. Now, I'm just going to tell you this right now. There are the keys that I put on this are not where they're going to stay. For example, I'm not going to have it right there on the leg. It'll be higher up. We don't want to see that line right there. It's either going to be higher up or lower. And then I'm not going to have this one here. I'm going to have it actually like down level where if you see where the body is behind the center armor there, like there's a gap in the front and back and on the sides. So it will be cut down in there. So when you put it together, you won't see the line. It'll be just below the belt armor. Which is, I just wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to do that because I was just messing around trying to get it done. Now, the arms are not, I actually had to glue the body, waist, and legs together because it kept falling over. Because, first of all, the gun's solid with the hands. I never do those hollow. They're too thin. You can't do it. Second of all, the keys are too small. Well, look, let me be a little more honest about my stupidity. The slant of those, the slant on this cut right here does not help at all. It's really severely slanted. It looks less on camera than it really is. That's that's bad. And then the keys are small. I don't know why I made it so small. They're just like little stupid ass keys. I don't know. That was my mistake. So being that they're that small with the slant, there's no the keys not catching it, if you get what I'm saying. That's one reason I hate putting keys on their feet and why I always do the magnets, because I feel like I've had statues basically fall over when I bump them with keys, and so that's why I don't use them. If it's gonna fall, if I bump it with a key and it falls over, then the magnet has a better chance of not falling over because they're pretty strong. So I've had them tilt up and then come back down when I bump them. But in the end, I think the magnets are, I don't know, I like them better. And plus, if I had to put the keys that come on, not this model, but like on those, they're big and they would never fit on this stand. They would go right to the bottom. So I'm not dealing with that. Plus, guess what? Not that anybody cares, but I can't really show you on this model. I actually found a way. This model has it where I used to I'd have the slicer make a hole in the foot, and then that would be my drain. I'd have two of them, and then I would have to back the inside of it and then glue a magnet like inside a 2 millimeter rim. That's how thick it is, or 2.5 sometimes. And you have to like just get it in enough where you can fill it and glue it. And I'm like, there's got to be a better way. So when I started out doing this, my question to the company was, can I make this leg solid, like the foot solid and the whole rest of it hollow, because I want to put magnets on the bottom. Like, that was my idea. And then, I'm not joking, I admit I'm stupid. So a whole year has gone by, and I'm like, since I started using Blender, I'm like, okay, I'm going to go in a Blender and make the holes. I'm going to Boolean the holes, and then fill them. Like, I was going to, like, modify the file so that it was, like, the hole was already there, but in the mesh. And I'm like, I swear to you, and like a light went off in my head that should have went off a long time ago. So it's just so embarrassing. So you can actually, and I do this now, I can take the solid leg into my slicing program and make a hole. Like, there's holes in there. It's surprisingly, the slicer software works better than than Blender at doing repairs and making holes. It'll make it anywhere. Like, it doesn't give a fuck. Like, Blender has issues if it's too complex on the bottom. I've learned that in many cases. Like, you just can't Boolean it. But I took it into the slicer and I Booleaned it with no problem, right over all the stuff I had. Anyway, back to this. So you can Boolean, like, I know they're around here somewhere because I just was, well, here, look, these magnets are broken. Sometimes they break, but they're like that thick. So I make a hole that a little deeper than that, maybe like 1.5 of those deep, but it's a full circle and it's bigger than this, right? So I go into the slicer, I make the hole deep and round, like whatever to fit the magnet, and then I hollow the leg after that. So what that does, it hollows the leg all the way down, but it doesn't hollow where the holes have been made. And then I make holes. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show you before I get done with this video what I'm talking about. I just don't want to take them apart, so I want to show them a little more, and I'd have to use 2 hands to do this. So it's funny he stops like this. This is how I constantly look at him when I was modeling him. Now, of course, I look at him from all the angles, but I really wanted the gun a little higher than this, but I run into issues with the armor. Now, what I'm trying to say is, if you look at the space right there, it's very small. If I lift his arm up, it's not gonna matter. But the problem is like when the angle of his hand and wrist has to be a certain angle for them to be able to key and look proper, is what I'm saying. And I kept having problems keeping the gun off his wrist or off his chest. And I mean, I may go back in. I'm probably gonna go back in now that this is printed, because he kind of looks like, I don't know, he looks very similar to that one over there. That's kind of like what I looked at. Now, his head is not turned. I think I did move his head. Oh, yeah, that's right, I did. So the one, after I got done with this, I brought this into the program, and I already had done it before, but I kind of turned his leg to match that leg. So now this foot is a little bit twisted. You can see that one is kind of forward more. Now his leg and back foot, I actually, without even looking at that, it was almost identical. You can see it. It is. That was just like my natural idea of like what it should look like. But this, you can see when you look at the two of them, like the pelvis is kind of turned. The whole body is turned a little bit. Now it may be like, oh, it's just a little thing, but those little things do matter, and I've learned that. So. But yeah, so I that's what I want to do. I kind of want to pull the arm back a little bit more, kind of like that one, which I believe I did because I kind of overlaid them. And so this is not exactly as he looks in the new pose, but it's pretty close. But yeah, I was happy the way the hands came out. Actually, they printed out like I was worried about these hands and like how it looked on the gun, but it actually looks pretty good. I'm gonna take this apart. So give me a second. I'm gonna put this phone down, so sorry. I just don't want to break the gun. So And you can look at the detail of the boot. It's amazing while you're down here. Oh shit, sorry. Let me just put it like this. All right, let me take this down. So, because the wrists on this are not properly, like I did them and I messed up the wrist because I was trying to do keying. But so let me just show the hand, how it came out. I mean, it's pretty good. I think, I did fix the thumb because it was like a little weird. You can see it looks weird, but the new pose, the thumb is it's like 1,000 times better. It's not smushed like that. But yeah, so it looks good around the trigger. Came out pretty good for the model I'm using because obviously I didn't make it. And his hands are a little bit inside the pinky is, but the new one it's outside. They're a little bit aligned differently. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. And then just to show you just a little bit of how it came out. I really love it. I'm excited because this is going to be going with the Arbiter moving forward once he's done. And I'm going to key this a little closer inside. I don't want it poking out that far. The arm, as you can see, there's room in there. Sometimes, I mean, I was in a hurry, so I didn't go in there and do precise. I just wanted to see if I could do it. And so I'm happy the pose, you know what I'm saying? I printed one that was all assembled, then I printed this one keyed. Now I know exactly it's gonna work. I do it in it takes no time to key it. Now I want to go back and do the precise keying, I guess, if that makes sense. But the model is really nice, but this is what I'm talking about with the feet. These holes are a little big, but you can see now how they are. That's how they are. So I put the magnets and then cover them over and sand it, and you never know. You won't even see them. And then there's the drains as well. But yeah, I'm really happy with the quality of the print. Is amazing. I mean, you can see what I did with the wrists, how they look flat, way fat. I mean, that was just something I was doing, and I just was I'm not fixing that right now, but I will. Actually, I think I already did fix these for the one that I'm working on now. And then, like I said, the pose is a little different, but I mean, I'm happy with it. Hopefully you think it looks cool, and I don't know what's wrong with my focus. There it goes. You know, it's really nice. And then I also, before I do, I want to go in there and put the little cross hatching on his stomach, on his bodysuit. And then, like I said, the helmet's okay. Everything came out good. Yeah, I mean, I'm really excited about this moving forward. It's going to be soon before it's finally, I guess, approved, and I'll be printing them for people. And hopefully people love them as much as I do. I am happy. I mean, I can't help it, everyone. I'm really happy that this model got this far along. I never imagined I'd be able to do it. Thank you to everybody who made a lot of this shit. So, yeah, without them, I can't even do what I'm doing. So it takes everybody, people I don't know, and I really appreciate that shit. And, so thanks for watching. Hopefully you like it, like I said, and look for this in maybe, I don't know, I want to say a couple weeks, and I will have it completed to where it's running all the time. And then the head will be separate too. I already moved it because he was touching the armor, and I didn't So, yep, that's how you learn. You know what I'm saying? You got to do it and adjust it until you get it right. I am not a modeler, so I'm trying to do the best I can. So, all right, don't forget to like, follow, share, and peace.